Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking to Suzanne Taylor. Suzanne is a customer of mine who brought in an old Martin guitar that needed a bunch of repair work done. This guitar was left to her by her dad a number of years ago before he passed away. We're going to go over some of the repairs that we did, and we're also going to talk about the rich history of this guitar and the effects that it had on Suzanne and her dad and her family since it was bought brand new back in the late 40s. So, let's get going.
Here we have 1946 Martin 015. It's a pretty special project. The customer brought this to me. Her father bought this brand new in 1946. But I really have an appreciation for working on projects like this. Overall, it's been played hard, used a lot, not in bad shape. Does need a neck reset. Probably going to do a refret after that. Bridge is split and cracked right here. So we're going to have to make a new bridge, which got some nice pieces of Brazilian that we can use for that. It's got the Martin crack over here. Pickguard's going to be replaced. Got a nice period correct StuMag piece that we're going to put on for that. So let's get going and let's get this thing back into shape.
Oh my goodness, looky there, Dixie. That's so accurate. And you know what? I'm so grateful it looks just like when I brought it, you know? I'm so grateful.
Very
Always
nice.
go up like that. My dad was born in 1930 in South Austin in the home that his daddy built by hand. That's still there over in the Travis Heights on Bickler Road. So he worked at a place called Cash Carry. He was a store clerk with a lot of other people just trying to make some money. And some friends at the store talked him into going to buy a guitar. And so he went down, he got the guitar, he started playing with them on his off time, on their breaks. They would all sit around and play. But there was a guy that was on his street on Bickler Road there. His name was Skogie. And my mom remembers Dad would say, "Patsy, I can't come over tonight. I got to go play with Skogie." So he would go down to Skogie's house and Skogie would teach him how to play. Daddy never read the notes. He always played by ear. That was his way of doing it. So he would just kind of pick it out and find it. Later, after Dad and Mom married, then there was a man named Tex Williams who would come over and play guitar with Dad. He just wanted to play guitar. As a child with it, my favorite memories with him with the guitar is on Saturdays. We would all wake up and we would clean house. We would go to the grocery store with Mom. When we came home, the grass would be cut, the sprinklers are going, Dad's got his grill outside and he's grilling chicken. And then after we would eat, he'd pull out his guitar and we'd all sit around in our lawn chairs and sing with Dad and play. And those were some really, really special, just peaceful, happy, special. If you look back on your life and you think, that's what life's all about, that was that moment. After we grew up, the grandkids started coming. And he'd pull the guitar back out again and he would play, you know, "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain," "Old MacDonald Had a Farm." He had them all going down, they'd all be sitting around. He would get them all oatmeal boxes, anything that could play, and he'd have them playing while he was playing along with them. And so he was a good granddad, a good grandpa for sure. He went to the retirement home and he put his guitar away. And I came over one time and I said, "Daddy, how come you don't have a guitar anymore? How come you don't play the guitar anymore?" And he said, "It's just not fun anymore. It's just, I don't have anybody to play with. I don't have, it's just not fun anymore." He had a little mandolin. So I learned a few of the cowboy chords and I came over to Dad's and he would pull it out and we would just play it in their apartment there at the retirement home. Well, people would be walking by doing their daily walks in the hallway and they'd hear us, and pretty soon we had 3 or 4 in there, and they'd say, "Why don't you play it out in the lounge. And we said, no, this is just practice. And I told the lady one time, I said, besides, I don't sing. And she said, honey, that's okay, we don't hear. So it worked out really fine for us. But anyway, we ended up, of course, going into the lounge, and before long, there's 35, 40 people. We've got little songbooks. Every Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30, we would play this set that we would do with them. So he played. He found out he was sick. He started to wear the oxygen, and but he'd still keep playing. In fact, he said, you know what? It helps me. It helps me to sing. It helps me to keep going. And in fact, he would play harmonica. They told him in physical therapy, play harmonica. It'll help your lungs. So he kept playing. He kept singing, and he sang 2 weeks up until he passed. And he loved people. I honestly, if I can even halfway love people the way he did, then I will have done well. Well, it is.
We did all the things that it needs to make it playable. Like I said, the neck reset, the neck came off. There had been work done on this guitar before. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's 80 years old.
Right.
So at points, he had it somewhere. I believe it's older repair work. But you know what? It's part of the history.
Yes.
And it's a solid repair.
Okay.
So stuff that I came across like that, I left. There's a few top cracks.
Okay.
That I just filled in. All the open, at least around where your hand is when you're playing, all the open wood spots, I went and I brushed in some fresh lacquer.
Okay.
So that it sealed it up.
Good.
But areas around the arm and stuff like that,
Yes.
don't laugh. Those are areas that your dad's arm touched.
No,
His skins,
totally.
oils, everything is in there.
No.
I hated to have to
think
refret
about
this
that a
guitar.
lot, actually.
So refretting a guitar, part of the process is you rip the frets off, you take them out, you clean the fret slots, and you radius the fretboard. You clean it up, make sure it's straight. And I hated to do that because I'm like, But look at where your hand is underneath. Or on the fretboard on the top where
Yes.
where you play the chords.
Yes.
There are grooves in there from his fingers under the strings that I was happy that didn't come out all the way. I had to make the bridge from scratch. I really wanted to save the old bridge, but it was just too far gone as far as being cracked.
Yes.
And I just don't think it would have. Just the structural integrity of it wouldn't have been. We couldn't count on it. It may have gone back together, but at some point it might not. It might have failed again. So.
Yeah. Okay. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just what I wanted.
It's a wonderful sounding guitar.
That was this guitar.